When you're starting any kind of marketing campaign, there's multiple types of messaging that you're doing, and you have to be doing them in the right time, in the right place, with the right message for it to really be as effective as it could be. I think of the two big categories of messaging as what I call editorial on the one hand and promotional on the other side. So let's kind of break down what those really are. So editorial messaging is going to be informational. It's going to be educational. It's really good at building brand awareness. It's great at getting people to start to engage with your brand. It's also a very long-term messaging strategy. It's not something that you just turn on and see results immediately. And so that can make it a little tough to measure because there can be a long time gap between when the message happens and when some kind of action eventually takes place down the road. Promotional messaging, on the other hand, is going to be a lot more about you, about your products, and about your services. It's very action-oriented. It's all about conversion. It's about getting your audience to take an action of some kind in the short term. And because it's about an action in the short term, it makes it very measurable. This is the kind of messaging that a lot of people think of when they hear the term marketing even. They think promotional. But really what I believe in is a type of balance. You'll find that a lot of companies make the mistake of over-prioritizing one type of messaging or the other. So you'll find some places that overbalance on the editorial messaging. It's all informational, it's all educational, which is great. But if you do only that, you're not going to get as many conversions as you should. And on the other hand, if you're going all promotional and you're just going over and over on the promotional side, then really you have cold leads. You don't have that bank of warm leads that you can reach out to. And all of that promotional messaging can be a real turnoff. You know, I'm a big baseball fan, so I think of it this way. Your editorial messaging is putting runners on base. They're drawing a walk, they're getting a single, and you're slowly advancing runners one base at a time. Your promotional messaging, that's your big hitters. Those are guys who are going for home runs. And so if you have all singles hitters, the runs are going to come really slowly. And in fact, you might be able to load the bases and never score a run. If all you're doing is going for home runs, even if you hit it all the way out of the fence, out of the yard, you're only going to score one run if there's nobody on base. You have to have a mix. There have to be runners on base, and then you go for the big hit, and that's how you get a big inning. And that's how you get a very effective campaign. You warm the leads up with editorial, and then you seal the deal on the promotional side. So what is it that you need to be doing right now? Again, it's all about a balance. You want to balance things based on your sales cycle and based on your campaign needs. So look at the messaging you're doing and really evaluate, is this more leaning on the promotional side or more on the editorial side? If you're launching a new brand, that's a great time for more editorial content. Are you dealing with a very long sales cycle where you need to stay top of mind? That's another great opportunity for more editorial messaging. On the other hand, do you have a lot of former customers who have gone dormant? They haven't bought from you in a long time, but they know your brand. That's a time to hit them with promotional messaging because they already know you. You just need to reactivate them. Or maybe there's a holiday or some other kind of time-limited event that you're really marketing against. That's a great time for promotional, action-oriented messaging. So by paying attention to what you're trying to do and what kind of messages you're putting out, that's how you can get the most effective campaign.